could've walked and I'm blessed. See the love I got on my flex, I'm so blessed. 20K just on my chain, say less. I text every day to get dressed, so blessed. Been through the storm and the rain, still blessed. Had a couple heartaches and pain, still blessed. Handle the pressure from fame, still blessed. Just God called my name, so blessed.
Yes, sir, I'm blessed, don't play boy, cause I got it mad. Tailor made just for this fit, I'm gonna cut the slack. I'm the man, good hearted shorty with me acting bad. Shout out to mans that done tightened up since they became a dad. Shout out to me.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cobain Report. I am Rock Cobain. This is
Caesar.
And this is
Renisha.
And you know the vibes.
Rolling.
What up, though? What up, though?
Today we have a very special show. I'm not gonna waste no time. Tranisha, go ahead, give us into that intro there, girl.
All right. Sunshine Camila is an author, believer, minister, actress, and artist. As a fellow podcaster of the Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine, she is bringing another perspective on trials and triumphs. With the conversations in an open and honest space, people have overcame with the trials, on their trials with the words of testimonies. As an actress in the hit series The Stranger in My House, she has shown ministry is not limited to the four walls of the church. In fact, ministry doesn't start until you leave church. She is inspiring fellow believers to dream and dream big. And we don't have to stay in the box. Detroit native has come to the Cobain Report to kick it with us. Y'all help us welcome Sunshine Camila.
Welcome to the Cobain Report, Sunshine.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
A fellow, what do they say? A co-laborer in the ministry, a fellow podcaster.
Yes, absolutely.
What's up with you? Talk to me about your podcast.
I'm so glad to be here. It's been a minute. I've been trying to get here for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
We are happy to finally make sure. I think God had it happen when it was supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what do you in divine order?
Okay.
Amen.
All right.
No. Talk to me a little bit about your podcast and your journey.
Ooh, so I started my podcast in 2020 during the pandemic when we supposed to been inside.
Okay.
So I felt like this was a way to still communicate and touch people, even though I couldn't physically touch them.
Right.
In these conversations that I was having on Facebook Live before I got to, the podcasting, it was just having a good time, and people like, I didn't know you knew, and I didn't know that about that person. And then all of a sudden I start getting inboxes like, can you interview this person? Can you talk to this person? I said, first of all, I don't do interviews.
Right.
We have conversations.
Right.
Because the thing is, when you start saying interview, people clam up. Or
Yeah.
they be like, nah, I'm straight. I don't want to talk. But then when you say a conversation, you're like, okay, I'm just your friendly cousin, your neighbor, whatever. And so it just started from there, and it's been going ever since. And I find that the mantra is we are more alike than we are different, but you'll never know that until you actually have a conversation with someone.
That's true.
I do believe that.
And whether you're a celebrity, whether you're the local 9 to 5, you're a kid, it doesn't matter. We all are alike. And we're a village.
Yeah.
It take all of
For
us.
sure.
Right? So I'm probably older than all of y'all. Like I'm like 46, still looking 20.
46. Damn, you just throwing it
you
out
do
there.
look
You
good.
love it,
Yeah,
huh? All right.
you do look
46,
good.
Yeah,
You look
so-
good.
I just turned 40.
Hey,
so
but no, I'm 53. So I'm talking shit.
I'm like,
I just turned 40, so we in the 40 club together.
absolutely.
We in the gang for sure.
So, growing up and when you're like 40 something years old, you definitely remember the village.
Yeah.
Like at any given time, when we didn't have, we can go and knock on our neighbor like, can we borrow a cup of sugar until, mom can go to the store. And then when we went to the store, it was everybody went.
Yeah.
It wasn't just our household. Everybody ate.
The
Everybody
block.
had clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody. So it wasn't nobody being left behind.
No.
And then, when we tried to do our dirt, it was always somebody watching.
Yeah. That's true.
And they'll pop you in your damn butt or your head.
What?
Miss
Everybody
Bessie
got
next
Hey,
door.
but listen,
Right.
and then
For sure.
take you back to
I'm
your
still
mama
mad.
and get
And you
another
get
one.
another one.
whooping.
I'm still
And
mad
then
at
when
her.
your grandma find out.
Oh man, your
when
grandma
your
mad
pastor
because
find out.
man, you done
Yeah.
embarrassed everybody. That's why they whooping you.
Yes.
For sure. I do think one thing that I do like what you said, though, is that you started your podcast at a time when you felt like you still wanted to reach out and be able to touch people, and we couldn't touch people. A lot of podcasts and a lot of people went into different things, during that COVID pandemic. Talk about how that inspired you. I want to hear that piece right there a little bit more. Go on, hang your hat right there a little bit.
So here's the thing. During that time, it was nobody knew the real answers. So people were afraid. So for a person, at the time I was a mail carrier, and we ain't had no time off.
Right.
So it was no information out there. I remember I had COVID, and so one particular night.
No, you look good, girl. You came through. You came on through
Thank
COVID.
you, Lord.
That was,
Thank you,
this is my point. So one night I got off late. I used to work in the Warren Post Office, and it was like maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night. And the next day I woke up, I felt like I had a fight with Mike Tyson. Can you imagine?
No,
And
I don't
was
want
like,
to.
Exactly. And I
Jake
said
Paul better be ready.
something is not right.
Amen.
And I called, the union. I'm like, what's the symptoms of whatever they talking about on the news? I think I got it. And they was like, you sure? Go to the hospital. So I go to St. John, and they say, well, you know what? We can't waste any, testing on you, but you're showing symptoms, take the 2 weeks off and quarantine, whatever that means. If you feel like this is not the appropriate information, go to another hospital and see what they say. So I went to Beaumont, and at this time, Beaumont, like, we're not letting you in the hospital. We're doing everything outside.
Yeah.
So in 5 minutes in
sure is
conversation or, the symptoms that I was showing and telling them what's going on in my body, yeah, you got it. Go home. So I had 2 different hospitals telling me the exact same thing. And I think I was the first case at the Warren Post Office. And so it was, my body hurt. I had this pounding headache. I don't care how much medicine I took. It was not going anywhere. I lost my taste. I lost my smell. Everything. I didn't really
You had real COVID, not that baby COVID.
I didn't really necessarily feel like I was going to
It
die.
passed, right? Thermoflu.
But it was unknown.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, does anybody have these symptoms? What are y'all doing? So I had, aunties drop things off at my doorstep, orange juice, do the smell, the aroma from the orange peelings and all of this stuff, drink hot stuff, all of these different things. So it started breaking up maybe a week into my 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I said, well, if I can get through this, somebody needs to know.
Yeah.
Because everybody was thinking and saying that, hey, you get this, you're dead.
Yeah.
And this is when the bodies was piling up and we couldn't go to funerals and none of this stuff. It's like, listen.
Yeah, they forget about all that right now.
I had it. I am here. Yes, it might have took me 2 weeks, but once you have to realize this is an immune, everybody's immune system is different.
Yeah.
So just because you didn't have the symptoms I had doesn't mean you didn't have it.
Yeah.
Yours just wasn't as severe as mine. I didn't even cough.